Hello, blended learning educators. I'm Dixie Valdez, the UTeach PD manager, and for November's Blended Byte, I'm going to share a program with you called NotebookLM, which is powered by Google Gemini. It is one of the many AI platforms that we see coming out on the horizon. I feel like every single day now I'm hearing about a new AI tool that can be used in several different ways. And today I'm going to focus on NotebookLM and specifically focusing on how you can create an audio summary in the form of a podcast for pretty much anything that you want, which really, it blew my mind, honestly. I just heard about this part or this capability of NotebookLM last week when one of our team members, Kelly Allen, presented at UT's AI Live, which was a somewhat mini conference focused solely on AI and education. And she messaged me later that day when I was at the CAST conference and said, hey, check this out. And she sent me like a 4-minute podcast that summarized what UTeach PD is and what we do. And I was just floored. It was equal parts amazing and also kind of scary because it's just phenomenal, right? So let me show you some of the ins and outs of NotebookLM, a very like 306 or 300, whatever they call it, 30,000 foot view, very generalized overview, just to give you a feel of what it is. I will note that UT Austin does not allow us to use our UT Gmail accounts to access NotebookLM. I'm not sure if your district has this website blocked or not. If it does, I would suggest, I mean, of course, follow whatever policy your district gives you about AI tools. But for this example, I'm using my personal Gmail just so that I can show you some of the capabilities. Okay, so when you go to notebooklm.google, and side note, I was very curious about what the LM stands for, and it stands for language model. And there is, if you Google it, there is a description that Google puts out about why they put the LM there. And I just sent that to my team because we were all curious. And they say that it's their endeavor to reimagine what note-taking software might look like if you designed it from scratch, knowing that you would have a powerful language model at its core, hence the LM. Okay, so NotebookLM is, as Google says, your personalized AI research assistant. This AI platform is really focused on helping you to summarize or break down pretty much anything that you have in the form of a video, YouTube video, a website, a PDF. You could even put in plain text. You could put in audio files. You can upload Google Docs or Google Slides. I'm not sure if they let you upload other files like PowerPoint. I haven't tried that yet, but you can try it out, or you can always convert your PowerPoint to Google, of course. And so on the front page, you see it gives you kind of an overview, upload your resources, you get instant insights. You can see, you can upload different sources. So you can ask NotebookLM to summarize one of your sources, or you can upload multiple and ask it to summarize all of them in combination. And the more you play with it, just like anything, the better you get. They have an audio overview feature that can turn your sources into engaging deep dives, which is what I'm going to show you today. So here, this is the homepage. I'm going to click on Try NotebookLM. Now you'll see that I have one notebook so far, and it's about UTeach Blended Learning PD. Now here on the top left is where you can add sources, and I'll show you just what that looks like quickly. You can upload docs and slides, as I mentioned, from your Google Drive. You can add a website link, YouTube video link, or just some copied text into NotebookLM. For this example, what I'm going to show you, Kelly had just clicked on website and she copy and pasted our URL into it. And then once she did that, she was able to click on the audio overview. So I'll show you what that looks like. So here we have UTeach Blended Learning. I asked it to create an FAQ. So I went down here and I asked, can you please create an FAQ? And notice that on the sources selected, I only have right now the homepage of UTeach PD. So here is what a FAQ might look like that NotebookLM processed for me. Again, with any other AI tool, you need to check it because it's not always correct. I personally have found, for the most part, it's pretty accurate, and the better question input you give it, of course, the better output you're going to get. I am still struggling with creating really on point graphics. So if you are really good with AI tools for creating images or graphics, let me know what your secret is, because every time I try, I get these like very odd images. So just side note. So here I have an FAQ. You could do this as a district person or leader. If you have, your campus website, if you have your district website or HR, if you're focused in HR work, you could get an FAQ made for anything, like your whole district, your whole HR process, new teacher support, etc. So here, let me go to the UTeach, where is it? Homepage. Oh, here it is. Nope. This is what I was looking for. So sorry. Notebook guide. Here we go on the bottom. My screen is being blocked. So here I have what looks like kind of like a pop-up page, and you can go and create timelines, study guides, a briefing doc, table of contents, etc. The deep dive is the podcast, and here it's only available in English. You can customize it, and it'll ask you like, what are some specific things that you want to focus on? Do you want to focus on a specific course, target a specific audience? So let's say you're a district leader and you're focusing on, I don't know, recruiting new teachers, and you work in AR and HR. Maybe you would like to focus on just the human resources section of the website, and you would ask it to target potential teachers. So then that's going to change the tone of the audio overview. I didn't ask it anything when I created mine. It's going to give you a deep dive with 2 hosts, so 2 podcast hosts, and then you would just click generate. Now, I want to show you what it looks like when it does generate, because it does take a few minutes, not very long. It looks something like this, and it'll show you the time. You can change the playback speed. You can increase it or decrease it. You can download the MP3 file, and then you get a copy share link. And it shows that it's generated by AI based on user provided sources and instructions. And again, I've heard from several AI professionals, make sure that, if you post this publicly, that you state somewhere that whatever you created was engineered with help from an AI tool, and mention that AI tool. That's kind of like best practices, what I've heard. Now, I'm not going to play the whole podcast, but I will link it in the November blast. I will insert that link so that you can hear it and follow up at a later time.
Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at UTeach's Blended Learning Professional Development Program.
Okay.
We've got their website pulled up here, and there's so much to unpack.
Sounds good.
So for those who haven't heard of it, blended learning is essentially about bringing together online and in-person teaching methods.
Right.
Kind of like a best of both worlds situation, creating a more dynamic learning experience.
Exactly. And it's really gaining traction.
For sure.
And what's interesting about UTeach's approach is that they're not just jumping on the bandwagon. They've actually got some serious research backing up their program.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The Texas Education Research Center conducted a study on their BLPD program.
The BLPD?
Yeah. Blended Learning Professional Development Program.
Gotcha.
And the findings are pretty impressive.
So, what are we talking about here?
Well, for starters, the study found that teachers who completed the BLPD program were more likely to stay in the profession.
Oh, wow. That's huge, especially with all the challenges around teacher retention these days.
It is. It's significant.
That's just the first minute. So what they did there was they highlighted the fact that, on our homepage, we have our published ERC study that, as they said, proves that teachers who work with us in our courses are more likely to stay in the profession. And it's really neat and also kind of eerie that they have created these two, podcast hosts. But what a great way to break down information. So definitely try it out, play around with it. I do suggest this as a tool that's more for education leadership and secondary teachers. You could use it in elementary. It would just not, you'd have to be very strategic how you use it. Because of course there's lots of factors going on at elementary, but you could take this and create an audio overview of a play, of a novel, and have your kids listen to it, and just really cool way to engage kids in learning. So check it out and let me know what you think.